So it'd go in any corner in the world. And I make going right Market Street. And I make going left Wall Street.
Okay, so x-axis.
But that wasn't important. I just couldn't help myself.
Okay, there was like more like a example, like a.
What I want to tell you now is what are the 5 rooms going off to the right?
Yeah.
The first one is personal. The second one, and that's yourself.
Self.
That's every individual gets your own information, your own concepts, your own data. Everything goes in that room. It's personal. The second category going over is social. That's your friends and your family and your schoolmates.
Yep.
The third one going over is organizational.
Organization as in
Like commercial, a company, a hospital,
Yep.
An institution.
Yeah, institution. That's what I had to find too.
So it goes personal, social, organizational. And then the next one is political. And the fifth one over is civilizational.
So, let me kind of like try to rephrase what you just told me.
Yep.
So the first step would be like on a personal level, self and your unique input per se. And the next to that, the next level going up, next level would be social. So like people around you, a little expanded, right?
Yep.
And then moving up one more, the institution and the organization. And then that would be more like regional.
And the
Going up more, political is more like obviously national, and I'm guessing fifth level like civilization can be like on a global, right?
yeah, the political, the fourth over is like federal, state, local, national kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the civilizational is global and cultural and religion and things that are so it goes from one to the most.
Yeah.
And I found that was the best way to categorize them.
Yeah.
Now,
Makes sense.
now going up, because the brain is organized in layers and hierarchically layered. It's from the concrete to the abstract. So the street, when you're down on the street, you're literally at the concrete practical level. And the concepts build up in 5 layers, where the second layer is the competency level. Competency. What you're able to do with a concept. And the competency goes up to another level. It's like a curriculum. The competencies are made up of lessons.
And then what will be the next layer of that?
Above curriculum is a catalog.
Catalog?
Like a course catalog. And at the top, I tried to make them all C's, so I call it a college faculty or library. Because I want this overall structure of the mind to contain everything, but be similar to the world outside, like a college campus. So that the most abstract, theoretical, general is at the top. And the most concrete, practical, special is at the bottom.
I see. I'm like getting a better understanding of it now.
Do you say you're understanding it better?
Yeah, yeah. This is clearing it much better.
That's great. That's great. Now,
Then so now what about going into the Z?
on the z-axis, let's go uptown. And the z-axis is from the back of the brain to the front of the brain.
Right?
The
So
z,
we're gonna start from
the intersection,
okay, we're gonna start in the intersection, like in the middle.
right? Every person is in the intersection all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You can think ahead, you can look back, but you're always in the present.
Right.
So the intersection is a physical representation of a temporal space of now.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Makes sense.
And so we're always trying to map this both to the brain and to the world.
Right.
And so the metaphor people use for, well, what's your plan? What's your roadmap? Where are you going? What are the steps? Everyone uses those words, and we're going to give a visual representation of what that's all about.
I see. So so what would be on the Z-axis?
So on the z-axis, uptown, the first step, there are many different names that mean the same thing, but I'll just give you 5 names that sort of rhyme to get you started.
Sure.
The first abstract concept is passion. What do you love and what do you hate? What do you really care about? And that's the first step.
Yep.
The second step is the mission. And it's all about an emerging priority to take all the things you might do and narrow it down at the very end to single-minded focus to do one thing next.
So like, if the first what you said, like what do you love and what do you hate? So that's like.
The first step is what you really care about, your passion. The second step is your mission, what's your priority. The third step is your vision. That's your strategy. The fourth step is your organization.
Like, how can it make it most efficient, right?
Well, what's your technology? What's your team? What's your proposal? What's your project? How are you going to get organized to do something? Because just having a strategy doesn't mean you're organized.
Yep.
And just having a priority doesn't mean you have a strategy. And just having a passion doesn't mean you have a priority mission.
Right.
The fifth step is the execution.
Yep.
And you have to go through the first 4. It's not just a question of, well, just do it. You've got to think through and do the right thing. And this is a process for thinking forward and backward to do the right thing.
Okay. So the fifth step is like the action, right? The execution, like the action of it.
The fifth step is the implementation, is the action, is the execution, is doing it.
Yep.
So now you have learned the 5 divisions of the 3 dimensions.
Right. Right.
And I can summarize them this way. If you had a personal concept passion, if you had a social competency mission. If you had an
So this, okay, so this is like, so the 3D mind is yeah, I think I'm really amazing. So it was kind of, it was really, it's a very, it's like almost, to me, kind of like, sounds like a really like planned like recovery process.
like a what?
Like almost like a recovery process, or like, or
It's a way of
almost like an instruction, right?
constructing and deconstructing so that you can break things down into their elements and build it back up again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so it gives you a way, it gives you a framework to understand the meaning in terms of categories of people on the right side and things and technology on the left street side of these. So humanity's over to the right, technology's over to the left. And you can think of it and the present in the intersection, and you can think of it as the future going forward, the present in the intersection, and the past going backward. So you can use the same 5 steps to tell your story in the past, to tell a report of your status in the present, and to give your plan for the future.
Yeah.
Hyo, I think you're getting it.
Yeah, I'm following it much better than trying to read off from the emails, to be honest. This is really good. And so my question now would be, at this point of this project, like how would you want me to help you like come up with more visualization of the prototype?
Based on what I've told you, and also recognizing that I have charts that I want to put on the walls of these rooms, that's later, that I will send you a graphic of an advertisement done by Salesforce.com.
Yeah.
And the picture's at the top, the text is at the bottom, and there's a rough correspondence between the text at the bottom and the picture at the top. I want to get our prototype set up so we can go to Salesforce.com and say, we will translate your advertising into a pattern recognition 3D mime. Pardon?
I thought it was like a hear me for a second.
I can hear you.
Okay,
so in terms of what to do next, let's leave it that you've got. I've been videoing myself with another phone, and if I can, I'll send that to you. It'll probably be in 3 parts.
Yep.
And that way you can review that and review your own notes and see what you might do. And I will take what we've talked about and try to send some specs for some steps for you to take.
Okay.
But the name of this game is to get enough of a prototype that's interactive, that people can say, oh, I get it. I see how it works. Could you do that for my company?
Okay.
I think that's enough for today. What is your street address where you live?
Should I just tell you right now? 2414.
2414.